The essence of alchemy lies in the idea of transformation, refinement, and the search for profound understanding through a combination of practical experimentation and symbolic interpretation. The members of the Tau 5 Enquiry Group 6, later renamed the Tau Secret Society, were grouped together around the theme of postgraduate study based on the social justice issues they hoped to address at their respective institutions. The group, comprised of Bezo, Bertha, Pindi, Juliet, and Subesh, realized early in the process that the consolidating thread running through all of their individual projects was the notion of a journey through the stages of postgraduate experience and how this could be improved through the learning and teaching innovations that they would implement. This journey, however, was not conceptualized by the group as simply directing students and procedures from point A to point B. Rather, it was envisaged as a process of profound change, necessarily guided by challenging established mindsets, open consultation, reflexive revisioning, and purposeful engagement. As such, the concept of alchemy emerged as the unifying metaphor informing this journey. We invite you to join us.
The alchemical process of transformation involves specific stages and processes. Firstly, decomposition, the initial stage of confronting the complexities and limitations of existing knowledge, potentially involving the deconstruction of previous assumptions. Purification, a period of rigorous study, analysis, and refinement of understanding, leading to a clearer perspective. Then thirdly, illumination, the emergence of new insights and connections where the subject under investigation is seen in a more illuminated way. And then finally, perfection, the culmination of the research resulting in original contributions, a refined understanding, and the potential for significant impact in the field. Aligned to these alchemical stages, my individual project focused on the factors that support and hinder student success and labour market readiness, and this provided the initial foundation for mapping out a more informed and scaffold approach to the postgraduate journey. My learning and teaching research with final year students revealed a crucial gap in career guidance, a need for practical training, workplace exposure, and industry connections, and that there is an inadequate alignment between curricula and job market expectations in their qualification design. Language barriers also posed a significant hurdle to their comprehension, academic writing, and classroom engagement. These factors became a source of academic stress, contributing to student depression, anxiety, and substance abuse. Students also shared those factors of their academic journey that positively impacted their learning and workplace preparation. These included effective teaching methods, practical assessments, online learning, relevant and useful topics for their future careers, and a curriculum that challenged them to think outside the box. My recommendation based on these factors include workshops to improve university to work transition, to assist with skills development in CV writing and interview preparation. Number 2, workshops on financial planning in terms of helping students more effectively manage their student debt and personal budgeting. And then thirdly, providing more information regarding entrepreneurship and further education. The next stages of the alchemical journey, as detailed by my fellow inquiry group members, show how these postgraduate challenges and opportunities may be addressed through practical, context-driven solutions.
Beyond the academic outcomes, postgraduate education is also a process of personal transformation. Students develop critical thinking skills, resilience, intellectual independence, and a deeper sense of purpose within their chosen fields. This mirrors the alchemical pursuit of personal and spiritual perfection. The postgraduate journey for master's and PhD students requires a level of independence and resourcefulness, which is not expected at undergraduate and honors level of study. This can be a daunting and a lonely process, resulting in non-completion for some of the students. But if access to information and support systems are not available or deemed unavailable, this results in a compromised retention for institution and possesses a significant risk. My individual project explores the administrative and academic requirements of postgraduate process and how this journey may be improved via an integrated virtual platform that guides the students from funding and registration, a guided learning, supervision to completion and graduation. The virtual platform that I propose is a collaborative initiative between the Faculty of Science and Postgraduate School at the University of Johannesburg. It is currently under development and offers a pathway to success by providing induction information such as registration, faculty information on postgraduate support, proposal preparation, communication skills, discipline-specific research techniques, library databases, student financial support, well-being support, and student societies, which assist students to adapt to the tertiary education. Some of the advanced discipline-specific training are available in the virtual platform. They transform students from being the consumers of information into information producers. For an example, an online collaboration within the research laboratories can take place by students that are online collaborating with students that are actually in the laboratory. This assists them to test new knowledge and also have an impact on the outcomes. In some cases, the supervisors may allow students to remotely control the ongoing experiments and modify parameters to enhance their performance. This contributes towards information production. The students that are physically in the laboratory can collaborate with remote partners to conduct an experiment for collation of data and establish the differences, which will improve the existing methods or raise more questions about both systems. This is in addition to enhancing students' autonomy through the correct use of technological resources in teaching and learning process. In so doing, it enhances critically and it encourages participation of students in their own postgraduate journey. This aligns with studies that have shown that research competences such as cognitive skills and teamwork were improved through the virtual platform learning. Virtual laboratories media are also able to make students understand experiments better before they visit the actual laboratory. In this way, future professionals may be able to incorporate research competences in the daily life, social life, and develop our economy through investment in science. In line with the alchemical journey, the virtual platform has a potential to transform postgraduate education beyond the qualification. This equips students with lifelong learning skills.
Alchemy as a metaphor is characterized by the pursuit of the philosopher's stone of insight, and this is a mythical substance believed to grant enlightenment. In postgraduate education, this can be seen as the pursuit of profound insights, and it involves asking fundamental questions, challenging established paradigms, and striving for a deeper understanding of the core principles of a discipline in an effort to revolutionize thinking. For me, this has been in the form of establishing a postgraduate writing group in my department. And I have here in front of me a gift that was given to me by students who were involved in the group, and it contains thank you notes and some lovely short stories. The project is underpinned by my own observation and the observation of other scholars who argue that contrary to the undergraduate and coursework experience, at a postgrad level, especially at the writing stage, students are often expected to be autonomous and independent thinkers, to have sound knowledge on how to structure a dissertation, how to manage one's time, and when to seek help. And these are skills which in many cases coursework hasn't prepared them for. So the writing group aims to address some of these challenges, and it takes place weekly, with each session being an hour long. It has two components: constructive feedback on shared work and writing in the sessions. And as part of the feedback sessions, each participant is given an opportunity to share work and receive feedback from fellow students. My hope was to create a space that fosters postgraduate students' intellectual and professional development through connecting with peers. I'm very proud of the concrete achievements of the group because a number of active members have submitted their dissertations, some have completed their proposals. And so witnessing students transition into a role of being an interlocutor is very, very gratifying, especially doing so in an environment that is both structured but also relatively informal.
Facilitating intellectual transmutation in postgraduate sees the supervisor in the role of the catalyst who guides the process, helping to navigate the conversion of existing ideas into research innovations. The supervision relationship should cultivate the elixir of intellectual life by instilling a love for inquiry and curiosity beyond postgraduate degree. As such, the supervisory relationship should support the student's overall well-being and success in the face of academic challenges. Furthermore, identifying and nurturing students' strengths unlocks their unique potential and enables a space for transformation where ideas are tested and refined and transformed through constructive feedback, intellectual debate, and collaborative problem-solving are essential elements of this process. My individual project proposed a postgraduate support framework at Sefako Makato Health Sciences University. The multi-pronged framework strategies were developed in response to challenges experienced by postgraduate students in terms of workload, isolation, mental well-being, lack of knowledge regarding funding opportunities and systems, and difficulty understanding research principles and processes. The framework aims to provide robust academic and research support through workshops on methodology and academic writing, financial literacy, and dedicated services prioritizing mental health and time management. Developing the framework will happen in consultation with students so that the strategies are properly informed and appropriately tailored. Students will share their needs so that we offer the relevant capacitation. Their voice in the process is essential. The initiation of a pilot program is proposed in the forthcoming academic semester. This pilot will serve as a crucial phase for iterative refinement of the support strategies. The overarching goal is to shift from mere support to empowerment, fundamentally changing the approach to postgraduate student welfare. While this represents a significant investment of resources, the anticipated return in the form of highly supported and successful postgraduate student is deemed invaluable to the academic research excellence of the institution.
A key component of alchemy is the transmutation of foundational knowledge. Translated into the postgraduate journey, this involves taking the base metals or concepts and skills of undergraduate knowledge and transforming them into specialist expertise and original contribution. This process requires rigorous inquiry, critical analysis, and the ability to synthesize existing information in novel ways. This may lead to traversing real and imagined borders between disciplines, contexts, and institutions, instilling in postgraduate students the interconnectedness of ideas and methodologies, new perspectives, innovation, and the co-creation of knowledge. My contribution to the group project responds to the issue that humanities graduates, particularly those in the more practice-based and creative disciplines, often find themselves in a competitive job market post-qualification, particularly in the face of the greater availability of work opportunities in the STEM, healthcare, law, and business-related fields. These conditions, in addition to inadequate funding, poor infrastructure and resourcing, and dated teaching techniques, often translates into graduates of creative disciplines within humanities faculties, leaving university without the requisite preparation, struggling to find work, and exhibiting minimal capacity to effect meaningful social change in society. My mission in the postgraduate journey has been to reevaluate and rethink creative practice teaching in film production by designing a transformative approach that supports students' preparation for the work world by mimicking industry practices that encourages the importance of social responsibility post-qualification through the acceptance of creative briefs to assist NGOs and social development organizations, and that develops students' entrepreneurial skills. This process involved two components: cross-institutional exchange in the form of guest seminars by lecturers with industry experience from two other South African institutions, and dialogue and reflection among the students from all three institutions. Post-implementation, students agreed that they gained specialist industry insights that did not form part of the straightforward skills training that they had received at undergraduate level, and that they were able to share common struggles as students across institutions and were able to discuss potential approaches to problem-solving, competitive differentiation, and sustainability once in the job market. Working with actual client briefs further allow them to access a level of professional engagement and accountability that they would not normally have had the chance to with module assessment briefs. Lastly, to contribute to the work of clients who focused on social justice and development help students to see the value of their creative skills to society.
Ultimately, in embodying the spirit of the Philosopher's Stone, these approaches aim to empower the postgraduate student to achieve their full intellectual potential and transform their work and training into something truly impactful. In the words of Paulo Coelho, that's what alchemists do. They show that when we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too.
At the University of Johannesburg, we inspire our postgraduate students to be the positive change in our society.
Transformation in education begins when we dismantle old assumptions, refine our understanding, illuminate new pathways, and design futures where students are not just prepared, but empowered.
For me, witnessing students transition into a role of being an interlocutor is very, very gratifying, especially doing so in an environment that is both structured but also relatively informal.
Strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things you once thought you couldn't. Believe in your voice, trust in your process, keep going.
Empowering students to be the best that they can be through preparation, passion, and accountability is what we strive for.